necessarily specific to any one product or any one manufacturer, but I do think it's really important in the cell and gene therapy space in general that manufacturers really think about their market access strategy earlier in the process and much more aggressively than they do now. So we were assuming, I think, when some of these earlier products came out, that they were just miracle drugs and they would be paid for and patients would access them and it would be a really pretty picture. However, things have been a lot more difficult in the market. Things have been reimbursed, maybe not ideally for providers. Access barriers have occurred with payers. So we've encountered some challenges that potentially could have been overcome had we worked with the payers and had we worked with Medicare, Medicaid prior to the launch, significantly prior to the launch, to start telling that value story and to start developing some innovative ways to pay for these therapies so that we wouldn't run into kind of an after the fact surprise. There have been several payment models that have gained traction in the cell and gene therapy space. There are not as many as what we see maybe outside of the cell and gene therapy space. However, some of the learnings from those earlier programs that we've done with non-cell and gene therapies have really lent us a lot of knowledge on how to execute those in this space. So some of the types of agreements that we see or that we're kind of seeing more of would include annuity type payments where you're paying over time, outcomes-based contracts where you're looking for a certain outcome in order to be reimbursed for the product or paid for the product. Another one that is very common is a almost like a pay for performance or a guarantee. We don't like to call it a guarantee, so kind of a pay for performance. If a product does what it's supposed to do per the product label within a certain period of time, typically modeled after the clinical trial. If the patient accomplishes that outcome, then the product will be reimbursed at that time. So there are a number of manufacturers that are executing these types of models, and it's very important that we continue to drive towards more innovative payments and showing value of these products with health economic modeling so that we can kind of lean on those models to build those types of innovative contracts. Well, I think what we can all say is that there are a lot of uncertainties right now in the political landscape. But one thing that I can say with certainty is that Cardinal Health is completely committed to this space. The manufacturers that we work with to bring these treatments to patients are completely committed. So as every administration and even every wave of new technology like cell and gene therapies will have its ups and downs, I think that patients need these treatments and we will continue to be committed to bringing them to those patients that need them.